They crammed a 150GB PS5 game onto a tiny cartridge, and the answer involves one of the cleverest tricks in modern gaming. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth shipped on PS5 across 2 discs, totaling around 150GB. The Switch 2 version? 102GB, a 40% reduction, squeezed onto Nintendo's newest hardware. But here's the catch. The biggest Switch 2 cartridge maxes out at 64GB. A 102GB game simply cannot fit on physical media. So Square Enix went with a gamekeycard, a retail box with a cartridge that contains no actual game data. A gamekeycard is basically a receipt in a box. You buy it, slot it in, and it tells your Switch 2 to download the whole game from the internet. No data on the card. The physical edition became a digital edition wearing a retail disguise. So how did they trim 50GB off the PS5 version? Director Naoki Hamaguchi said the Steam Deck port gave them the tools to optimize assets for weaker hardware, texture compression, reduced audio redundancy, and stripping out platform-specific data that Switch 2 simply doesn't need. The bigger trick is DLSS. Switch 2 has an NVIDIA chip with dedicated AI upscaling. In docked mode, Rebirth renders internally at just 720p, then the chip upscales it to 1080. In handheld mode, internal resolution drops as low as 380p, below DVD quality, before upscaling kicks in. 380p upscaled to the Switch 2 screen. That's the trick. The GPU renders a fraction of the pixels, the AI fills in the rest, and you're playing a game that genuinely looks like it belongs on your TV. Without DLSS, Hamaguchi said this port simply wouldn't exist. The trade-offs are real. Hair detail, distant foliage, and fine textures are noticeably softer than PS5. Shadows are lower resolution. But the frame rate holds at 30 in most scenes, and cutscenes look genuinely impressive for handheld hardware. The streaming side matters too. Rebirth's open world loads assets on the fly, the Switch 2's faster UHSI card slot, and expanded RAM help feed the game engine without the stutters you might expect at these compressions. This is a pattern. The Switch 2 port of Cyberpunk 2077 faced the same ceiling, 64GB cart limit, and shipped on a game keycard too. Big games on small hardware now routinely mean AI upscaling plus keycard, not full cart. There's a quiet cost to this. Game keycards are resale hostile, internet dependent, and raise preservation questions. No internet means no game. The physical box becomes a decoration. But from an engineering standpoint, fitting 102GB of Final Fantasy into a portable device smaller than a paperback book, running at 30 frames, with real-time lighting and a 60-hour story, is genuinely remarkable. So the question is a game keycard still a real physical copy, or is physical gaming already over for big titles? Let us know below.